Hey, my name is Carrie Foster with Foster Fastpitch, and we're here with week 3 on the 3 misconceptions of arm release or arm snap. One thing we're going to talk about today is a follow through. Part 1, if you watched part 1 or week 1, we talked about the arm being bent into an elbow lead position, arm whip. Then we talked about the actual part of the release, and today we're going to talk about follow through. One of the things that most of my students do when they come in, or I see it most often on social media or any kind of random kids that come in, they come up and try to touch their shoulder and lead with their elbow. So we call it hello elbow. So we're going to talk today about the follow through, difference between hello elbow and internal rotation. I get this question a lot. All right, so if you watch part 2, you notice that our hand was open into a position and then snapping through, and you saw me follow through with my wrist over the top. One thing the kids like to do is if they're trying to go into internal rotation, they want to come across. They don't understand the actual drop, feel of the snap, and then the finish. A lot of that information is explained in the academy. If you want that link, it's down below in the description. You can take a look at it. But I go into extreme detail about what to feel, how to feel it, what to see, what to look for, and how to do it correctly. But today I'm just going to give you some drills and give you a brief explanation of what the difference is. So when somebody tends to pull up with their elbow and hello elbow, what you're going to see is this rotation of the spine and their shoulder coming out. You're also going to see probably a locked arm back here. In week 1, we talked why that is not a good idea. But they're going to bend and pull with the hand behind the ball and then pull up, releasing early and hinging with their elbow, using their bicep to throw. Not only that, their shoulders are going to start creating what their hips should have been doing. So they're going to start rotating on that shoulder, creating a lot of herniation in the L4, L5 because they're landing in this open position with a locked knee with no flexible movement. And then they're going to start rotating through the shoulders, creating a lot of pain in the lower back. Whereas you want to be in more of a stacked position. Again, I go over all this and the science behind it in the academy. So as they come through, you want to see external rotation here with the internal rotation here. Anything you do in sports is external to internal. That creates a stretching effect to create more whip. And so if you get an internal rotation with the external rotation, you're going to create whip. And then that external rotation, when it comes through, you're going to have this after effect of an internal rotation on the hand. Think about hitting. You external, internal when you finish. Throwing, external to internal when you finish. So anything you do that's going to provide power is going to have an external internal rotation. So again, a lot of that goes into the academy. But what you're looking for on the release point is that they're getting a good strong snap and then a nice loose wrist. So this is one of the drills that I wanted to show you guys, because this drill right here with the stacked position, the glove out in front, really sets them up for success in their foundation, making sure that everything is aligned, going straight towards the target, creating some linear movements with good rotational movements through the hips, creating that arm whip here. So this drill would be drill number 1 for this follow through, letting them get a good snap and still seeing that hand follow through over the top and nice and loose. Never pulling across, never twisting. You should still see 12 to 6 rotation. Now, drill number 2, I'm going to get this accelerator. And this is another really good drill. I don't like doing this fast, especially for beginners. There's drills that we do with this later on to help with speed, and that's also, I have this in the academy. You can look for the Accelerator, starts with X. You can find that drill in the academy, but when you're here, I like keeping the palm down in like this ballerina position where they're just coming palm down, palm up, and then when you come through, you'll see the swinging effect of the hand, trying to keep the accelerator on the power line as they come through. So you can just do this first, and you'll still see that my hand is actually snapping through and then through. So when I go faster, you can actually hear the arm whip into the good snap and into the follow through. And that's it for the drills for the follow through. Again, if you hadn't seen part 1 or part 2, go back and check those out. Like this video, subscribe to it. I appreciate you guys, and also check the link in the description for the Academy.